Topping today's news, Michael Pintard wins the leadership battle for the FNM. More from the Prime Minister's budget communication as they prepare to begin debate this week. And police still looking for the suspects responsible for Saturday's East Bay triple shooting and a culprit responsible for a shooting on Abaco on Sunday evening. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jarino Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News. It's a pleasure to have you join us. Well, the message was sent and it was clear. FNMs want Michael Pintard to lead them into the 2026 general elections. And although he put a trouncing on his challenger, former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, after it was all said and done, Mr. Pintard had this message for Dr. Minnis.
To Dr. Hubert Minnis, that this organization has benefited from your leadership when you sat in the cabinet of Hubert Alexander Ingram and you distinguished yourself by bringing technology to local constituency canvassing. When you played a pivotal role in introducing the catastrophic health insurance. And in opposition, and God knows opposition hard, that you weathered the storm, and together, in the beginning with a group of no-name, face-recognized FNMs, we stood in solidarity and brought the system back on board, brought the establishment back on board to support Dr. Minnis. And
Mr. Pintard then made a blistering attack on the government, saying the current administration, the Davis Cooper-led administration, is not doing a good job running the country.
But I want to say to every independent voter that is listening tonight, we work for you also. Historically, you voted with the Free National Movement. We want you back. No, we need you back. We want to say to PLPs who are listening, and I know they listening. We know that when FNM's upset with FNM governments, we stay home. When PLP is upset with PLP government, 4% and sometimes more, they vote with us. Our problem is not with PLPs. You are brothers and sisters. But you have the same problem we have, and that is Davis Cooper leadership. You know we can be better to you than they would. Because whatever constituency you're in, I guarantee you this, that it's the same usual suspects who are getting all the contracts. And for many of them, their stomach have no bottom. And so the prosperity that they're talking about, it has not trickled down to you.
In a written statement released on Sunday, FNM Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands says Mr. Pintard and the FNM offers a different and progressive vision for the Bahamas, opposed to the Davis Cooper administration. They are accusing the Davis Cooper administration of not being transparent, and they are challenging them to follow the laws of the country. On Monday morning, PLP Chairman and Minister of Foreign Affairs Fred Mitchell commented on the FNM convention, results from those conventions as well. He began by somewhat congratulating the FNM leader and chairman on their success. Here is what the PLP Chairman Mitchell had to say.
The Prime Minister, Philip Davis, and myself have sent the ritual congratulations to the newly elected leader of the Free National Movement, Michael Pintard, MP, and his chairman, Dr. Dwayne Sands. Be warned, the congratulations are obligatory rituals in a liberal democracy, but the PLP is prepared to do battle with the forces of no, the forces of you shouldn't do it, the forces of darkness, namely the Free National Movement. Michael Pintard and Dwayne Sands don't fool us for 1 minute. They have thrown Dr. Hubert Minnis under the bus, kicked him to the curb, whatever metaphor you want to use. Hubert Ingram gave the cruelest cut of all when he said, "We're not looking backward at Minnis. Dr. Minnis is one and done." This has come up to Dr. Minnis for saying or daring to say that the Ingram era was over, and for saying that the Ingram FNM left the economy in a wheelchair. Mr. Ingram has a memory like an elephant, and clearly the dragon still has a sting in its tail.
Chairman Mitchell went on to criticize Mr. Pintard's victory speech, which he described as being all over the place and unfocused. On the other hand, Mr. Pintard promised to intensify the opposition's pressure on the Davis-led administration, holding them accountable to the Bahamian people. According to Prime Minister Philip Davis, in terms of tourist arrivals, in 2024 is off to a strong beginning with over 3 million arrivals in the first 3 months of the year, which is a 14.9% increase over the same period in 2023. One of the things Prime Minister Davis seemed most proud of during the budget communication is the growth in visitor arrivals to the Family Islands, helping to boost those Family Island economies. He shared the following numbers.
In Grand Bahama, arrivals increased by 31.8%. In Abaco, 25.1%. Andros also experienced a 9.1% increase. Bimini, arrivals 10.8%. Eleuthera, 6.3%. Exuma, 7.8%. And now listen to this. San Salvador, 348.1%. Long Island grew by 5.8%. Cat Island grew by 8.7%. I can say we're breaking this cycle of Nassau-centric.
The growth in tourism arrivals for Long Island, 5.8%. Cat Island saw a 8.7% increase as the government attempts to break the cycle of Nassau-centric, said the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister also addressed concerns about possible damage to investor confidence in the Bahamas, especially as the government tussles with the Grand Bahama Port Authority over the state of Freeport.
I'm pleased to report that investors have had their confidence restored in the Bahamas. And as a result, we've attracted and developed more than $7.2 billion in investments, representing more than 7,000 new jobs for Bahamians since we entered office. Projects like the Royal Caribbean, Royal Beach Club on Paradise Island, the new Celebration Key development by Carnival Cruise Lines in Grand Bahama, and the Disney Entertainment Facility in Eleuthera represent important commitments from some of the world's leading companies and will generate significant opportunities for Bahamians.
According to Prime Minister Davis, in addition to the planned expansion of the Grand Bahama shipyard, the government is finalizing discussions with Bahama for a new development at the old Malia Hotel site that is also expected to create new economic opportunities. Members of Parliament, they'll begin debate on the budget this coming Wednesday. On the crime front, with the number of murders still standing at 51 and a high number of attempted murders in recent weeks, police are seeking your help in locating this man. He's pictured here, wanted for questioning in connection to a recent murder. He is 23-year-old Owen Williams. Police say his last known address is Foxdale, that's Fox Hill. Williams is dark brown complexion and of slim build. Once again, he's from Foxdale in the Fox Hill community. Police are also looking for this man, Sean Charles. He's pictured here. He's wanted for breaching his bail conditions. Miller is 28 years old, dark brown complexion, and slim build. His last known address is Palm Tree Avenue. If you know of the whereabouts of Owen Williams or Sean Miller, you are asked to contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 502-9991 or 2. That's 502-9991 or 2. And remember, harboring a wanted person is a criminal offense that can land you behind bars as well. Meanwhile, police on Abaco are searching for a man involved in a shooting incident that occurred on Sunday evening. Police say the incident occurred shortly after 11 p.m. at a residence on Rebecca Street. Reports say the victim was involved in an argument with a female relative when another man known to the victim, arrived on the scene, produced a firearm, and shot the victim several times before fleeing in a gray Japanese vehicle. Again, police are searching for that suspect on the island of Abaco. Meanwhile, police here in the capital continue investigations into a triple shooting on Saturday around 10 a.m. on East Bay Street. Two men, 25 and 24, are in stable condition, while a 15-year-old boy was discharged from hospital. The police are looking for the occupants of a white Nissan Juke that was involved in this incident. If you have any information regarding the shooting, please contact CID, it's Criminal Investigations Department, or you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously. They're in Miami. You can call them at 328-TIPS, 328-8477. And finally, in this segment, while attending the United Nations 4th International Conference on Small Island Developing States in Antigua and Barbuda last week, JCN's DeAndre Williams presented a copy of JCN's highly touted commemorative 50th anniversary book to the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Mr. Gaston Brown.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm DeAndre Williamson. I'm from Nassau, Bahamas. I'm the editor for the Bahama Journal newspaper. And I'm happy to be here in Antigua attending the CIS4 conference. And I'd like to present this book done by my news organization, Jones Communications Network. We did this as a commemorative book for our 50th independence that we celebrated last year. So this book documents the social, political, and economic progress of the Bahamas over 50 years. And we have a lot of things we're talking about inside this book: tourism, finance, so many things, Hurricane Dorian. You just could look at it and read it and see how the Bahamas has come as a small and developing state over 50 years.
While graciously accepting the book, Prime Minister Brown said the book could provide inspiration for his own country that will also be celebrating 50 years of independence in the very near future.
Well, thank you very much, and pleasure receiving and hosting you. I hope you had a great time here, and that you'll be helping us to promote the Antigua and Barbuda agenda for SIDS. I have to say that the Bahamas, for sure, has been a great example for the SIDS. I mean, you have done an amazing job advancing your country, probably a little closer to the achievement of these sustainable developmental goals than many others. And again, we look forward to working with the Bahamas, yourself, of course, to continue to build capacity. I'm very impressed, though, that your media organization would have done this publication, and perhaps, you know, ABS may want to emulate you. And we have some very good writers and very good journalists at ABS, but look at exactly what has been achieved here. So as we celebrate perhaps our 50th anniversary in a few years, this is the aspiration that we have for ABS going forward, and even other media entities, private media entities that may wish to do a similar publication. So certainly a pleasure, and I thank you.
Prime Minister Brown also commended the Bahamas for leading the way on achieving many of the sustainable goals set by small island developing states in the region. Meanwhile, a copy of the commemorative book was also presented to the Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda, Rodney Williams, and to the United Nations representative at that conference, Ms. May Yacoub. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.